Hey, best friends, how y'all doing today? I hope great and wonderful and wonderfully great. This is your girl Queen B back with another video. I miss you guys. I hope that you have missed me too, but I hope you have not forgotten about me and you've kept me in your prayers as I have done you as well. Um, your girl has been going through, y'all, and I just wanted to sit down and share some things with my best friends about where I am within my journey. And I hope that it is in some way encouraging and inspiring to you wherever you are in life and in your journey. Okay? So, guys, today what God was sharing with me and discussing with me and teaching me about was about how when we have a learning season, that time to sit down, how we should not try to encourage or be trying to minister to other people when we are in a learning season. It's very detrimental to somebody's walk in life when they're watching you, um, looking to you for encouragement or looking to you for inspiration, and you're not in the right spiritual space. I'm going to say spiritual space. You're not in the right spiritual space, meaning you may be encouraging people out of one side of your mouth, but out the other side of your mouth, you talking a whole different story and living a whole different way. We have to learn to be real when we trying to minister or encourage other people. There is like a energy that you carry, that we all carry energy, and those energies are then exchanged between people that you just come in contact with. It could be people that you come in contact with in person. It could be people that you come in contact with online, on the phone, or wherever. But spirits and energy is exchanged. So we have to be very careful what state our spirit is in when we are trying to encourage or minister to other people. Okay? So I had a season where I needed to sit down and learn some things about myself, learn some things about other people, and just learn some things about my walk with God. Okay? One of the things that we as people have a tendency to do is when God is leading us in a certain direction, you know, once we start to feel accomplished in some way, or we some things or thing good happens, we start to fall off from what God has shared with us is our purpose. Okay? It says that we should seek ye first the kingdom of God, then all things will be added unto us. Not that we seek God until something is added into us. We need to be continuously seeking the kingdom of God. We need to be continuously seeking guidance and instruction from God. We don't need to stop just because something or things have happened in our favor, because God can give it and God can take it away, right? The Most High is the Almighty, right? So that can happen. So we need to be consistently seeking what is God's purpose for us. And sometimes that requires for us to sit down and learn some things. And we can't be above or too big or too proud to know when it's a season of learning. Learning, you have to learn. Every teacher had to be taught, every leader had to be led. So we have to recognize when it's time for us to sit down, and then we have to recognize when it's time for us to stand up. We have to recognize when God places certain people in our lives to teach us, and then we have to recognize when God sends people in our lives that we need to teach. Okay? But in all things, we should be seeking God. In all things. So I had a period of time where I needed to sit down and learn. And the thing about it, guys, is that those seasons sometimes can be so uncomfortable. They can be so uncomfortable. Like, make you want to give up uncomfortable. But we need to know that usually where there's movement, there's discomfort. If we are too comfortable, we could become complacent. We could stray off of our path. So sometimes we have to recognize that discomfort means movement. Okay? And just like growing pains, it's not always going to feel good. It's not. I can be the first to say that it's not, but it's necessary. So through it all, I'm very happy that there's movement, that my discomfort proved to me that there's movement, that there's growth, that I'm learning and I'm changing and I'm evolving. And I try to continuously stay plugged into the Most High. But at the same time, I'm flesh and blood like everybody else. Sometimes we come unhinged. Sometimes we get caught up. But if God blesses you to see another day, then you can do that thing over. But just do things carefully, do things in a way that, you don't hurt other people. Like, so know when it's your time to sit down and let God speak to you. And know when God is sending somebody in your life to teach you some things before you get out here and start encouraging or trying to minister to other people and sowing bad seeds in people, right? We got to know when those words are coming from us, and then we got to know when them words are coming from God before we speak it into people. Be careful who you allow to speak into you, right? Energy can be exchanged through talking to somebody, through online, through on the phone, or in person. It can be that exchange is very important. So be mindful of the energy that you're in when you're communicating, things to other people, right? And always pray for discernment to know when somebody is speaking something right into you. Because God will let you know the things that you should receive and the things that you should not. Okay? But all the time, just because something doesn't make you feel good, doesn't mean that that's something that you should not receive. That's why you have to pray for discernment. A lot of times, the things that you need to know ain't going to feel good. If it's going to promote any kind of growth in you, it's not going to always feel good. It's not. So you just got to pray for discernment to know when that is a word that you need to receive or when it's not. And pray to God to give you the strength to move through life, to move through this thing that we call in life. Okay, I could challenge that too, but that's another story for another time. But to move through this thing, pray for strength because life ain't gonna always feel good. Believe me, I know I've experienced a lot of things that didn't feel good, but just pray for strength. God will help you through it. He'll help you all the way through it. But my main point in this video is to just be careful of the energy that you are in when you are out here communicating to other people. Sit down and let God cleanse and purge you so that you are living right. Not just when you're speaking to other people, but even when you're not. Not just in front of a camera, but even when you're not. Because even though people may not see you, God sees what you're doing all the time. And we are dealt with based on our hearts. More so on our hearts than we are on our deeds, right? People say, faith without works is dead. It depends on where your heart and your spirit is at when those works are being done. Sometimes people do things that they're supposed to do for people to see them doing the things that they're supposed to do, but their hearts ain't in the right place. God knows when you just doing a thing for a certain reason, when you're not really doing that thing for God's blessings, or when you're not doing that thing because God instructed you to do that. You're just doing it for show, or you're just doing it for your own beneficial reasons. And we are dealt with based on where our hearts are, right? So we need to make sure that our hearts and our spirits are in the right place before we get out here trying to talk to and encourage and minister to anybody else. I'm just trying to show you guys my walk and my healing process. Am I perfect? No, not by far. I'm not perfect. And all I'm trying to do is to show you guys my imperfection so that you can be encouraged that no matter where you are not by yourself. So I had to take that time out to go through my learning season of what I needed to learn about myself and about others. And I had to draw closer to God, because once things started to happen in my favor, I started to fall back from the things that God was instructing me to do. And God was allowing me to see that that's a no no, because the minute I start to do that, things start to unravel. And then I go running back, and thank God that God is a merciful and forgiving God, that He's not going to consistently judge you about things that you are delivered from. If I go to God and I ask for forgiveness about something that I did, with a heart that says I don't want to do that no more, not with a mouth that says I'm not going to do that no more, but with a heart that does not desire to do that thing again, or a heart that does not desire to be that kind of way, God knows. God knows what people don't know, you see? So you can hide these things from people. You can get online, and you can make videos, and you can do whatever and make yourself whoever you want to do, whoever you, excuse me, want to be in the eyes of people, in the eyes of man. However, God knows your inner self, your inner self. And your life will be a reflection of what is inside of you, what you hold in your spirit, not what you show on a camera. Okay? So I wanted to jump on and share that with you guys. I don't know who needs to know or hear that, but I have all faith in God that whoever does need to know and hear that will reach this video. And with that being said, I wish you guys much peace, many, 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 many blessings. If you haven't, I want you to like the video. I want you to leave comments. I want you to share. I want you to turn on your notifications so that you don't miss my next upcoming videos, because God has allowed me to know that I'm kind of coming out of this learning season. Now I can get back on here and share with you guys again, a little more consistently than what I was, like I was before, because I've missed you guys so much. So, again, if you haven't, like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay, turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And until I see all of my best friends on this other side, see ya. God bless.